Today on Super Sword Central, we play a game that I have only ever played one time before here on the channel. It's Bee Swarm Simulator. They have their Christmas event going right now. But today, I want to show you guys how to be able to become pro inside the game if you have not made your first billion honey yet. So let's go ahead and hop into today's video on Bee Swarm Simulator. So Bee Swarm is one of those games that I haven't really told many people about, but I'm pretty good at it. I'm definitely not like leaderboard whatever ready because they have made a whole bunch of honey here on this leaderboard, but I've never even made a trillion honey before. I take that back. I've actually technically made 2.5 trillion honey before in my lifetime, but I've never actually seen a trillion come up here on the honey count. But the one thing I have seen come across my board many a times is the 1 billion honey mark, and I want to be able to show you guys that today because I understand that there are a lot of people in Bee Swarm that actually haven't made their first billion honey yet, and today I'm going to give you a couple of tips and tricks and also one big main secret as to why there are how to be able to get a billion honey. First things first, if you're even considering getting a billion honey in this game, I'm going to assume that you have probably around 35 to 40 bees inside of the game, which means you are probably good to be able and start trying to go for a certain hive color. Yeah, that's right. Make sure you choose a hive color and not just have what we call a mixed hive, where we have a bunch of red bees, a bunch of colorless bees, and a bunch of red bees scattered together. Having a colored hive gives you a lot more honey because of this bad boy right here. This is the Supreme Star Amulet, and I'm considering making another one, although I kind of like the one I have right now. I personally am a blue hive, as I'm sure you could tell by the blue hive skin, the diamond mask, the all the blue bees that I have, and the pop star down here. White is always expensive because of the gumdrops that you need. That has the gummy mask, and I'm not a personal fan of the demon mask for red either, so I just have always just chosen blue. Blue is my favorite color anyway, so kind of just a no-brainer for me to be able to go for blue. There's a blue extract right there actually that we just got, and that kind of leads into our second thing, and that is to get mythic bees. Let me just say this: if you're not having mythic bees, you're not having 1 billion honey. Mythic bees are so good inside of this game, and they help boost your chance to get a billion honey by, like, I would say 1,000%. At least make the process so much quicker. That and event bees both do that. As you can see, I have a lot of mythic bees here. Most of them are tadpoles, but I'm trying to build my buoyant, that's what it is. I'm trying to build my buoyant army right here so I can have some more of those, and obviously they're not all gifted, but that's another point. You don't have to have all of these gifted to be able and make your first billion honey either. Making sure that you have those, that they are gifted, and that they are leveled up to a decently high level. Mine are at 13. I could probably get them higher within the future here. I have my favorite bee, the cobalt bee, right here as a level 14 right now, but that's besides the point. Anyway, you got to get yourself some mythic bees to be able and make some honey. Hey, my friend, if nobody's told you yet today, you are seen, you are known, and you are loved by both me and by Jesus. And if you are enjoying this video so far, please make sure to give it a like. Even consider subscribing if you'd like to see even more Bee Swarm content here on Super Sword Central. We have a Roblox fan group that you can go and you can join. The link's going to be down in the description or this card right here. We're continuing to have that grow, and you can go and you can pick yourself up some of our Super Sword official merchandise. We have some new ones coming here on September 1st. I'm super excited to announce that, but for now, let's continue to look at the ways to be able to get your first billion honey inside of Roblox Bee Swarm Simulator. Number 3, this may seem pretty obvious, but just remember to always use your field boosters whenever you are grinding. And I mean, you could even if you wanted to, but you could even use some of your like extracts and glue and stuff that you have, your glitters as well. But I just recommend using the boosters right here. This is like the blue field booster, and I might use that in just a second, but it's literally just a booster for a field. You can do it every 45 minutes. This was a blue flower field by ×3 boost right here. This is super good. And if you have the fuzzy bee for these lower level fields, this even makes your chances even better for making more honey, because the buzzy bee grows the flowers and it makes more pollen per flower. And look at this, we're grinding and automatically we're getting all of these big numbers and stuff, and obviously that also kind of depends on your critical chance and stuff like that. Your numbers have to be higher for the bigger numbers as well. And these balloons in here are also going to be filling up. We're going to be having those, and we're going to have a balloon blessing here in a moment when we go back to convert our pollen to honey at the hive. So that's just another great way to be able and do this as well. And last but not least, as we finish up this balloon right here, kind of the unwritten rule and the number one thing to be able and get good inside a Bee Swarm Simulator if you want to make your first billion honey. Basically, there is one thing that you have to do and one thing only, and that is grind. This is the grindiest game I have ever played on the Roblox platform, and that was a lag spike right there. And anyway, this is like, I've never played a game that has required more grinding, and Onett, the creator, is making it worse and worse upon our players. It's probably one of the reasons why he still has so many players playing it, because they are trying to defeat the game, get it completed. I've been playing this game since I was on here. I think it was like 2018, 2019 is when I started, and I have only gotten so far into the game. I'm not entirely in game yet. I would probably classify myself as that. Many players would not, so we will not classify ourselves as that for right now. But anyway, grinding is the most important part of this game. You basically have to devote half of your life to it if you want to be able and get better at this game, that or use macros. But I am a huge person who's against macroing. I don't think it's good for the computer, and it's just kind of a way to cheat the system, you know? And so I'm not a fan of that by any means. But that's kind of how I got my first billion honey. Basically, you just kind of have to keep leveling up, keep getting better and better at the game, and most importantly, keep on grinding. If you'd like to see more Bee Swarm videos in the future, make sure to leave a like on this video so that we know that we can make more and you're enjoying the content. But until next time, my friend, I will see you in the next video.